Focus. What's good? Snapzilla Gorilla, aka The Definition. Hitting y'all with a quick video. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Okay? Now, I think we just had a fast one pulled on us, y'all. What you're seeing now is the biggest psychological operation ever to happen in America in a long time. Since 9/11. Okay, COVID-19 is part of it, so it's not separate from this. COVID-19 just helped with the setup. Okay, getting people used to being locked in their houses, getting people used to not being able to go to work, getting people used to a new level of control, a higher level of control from, our masters. Let's face it, we have masters. I mean, we go about our daily lives doing what they want us to do, not bucking the system, but now we are bucking the system to a degree. But many of these people that are causing this destruction, destroying property, killing people, beating people half to death out here in these streets these days, right? In the name of George Floyd, which is not really the case. They're insurgents. These are people, these are agent provocateurs put out here to start shit, okay? You have the protesters, then you have the agent provocateurs / insurgents. There are no rioters. This is all, well, the rioters are the people that were protesters, but were riled up by the agent provocateurs to participate in the BS, okay? Participate in the destruction of our businesses, participate in the destruction of our places of work. This is how we put food on our table. So we're going out and destroying our own property, destroying our own businesses, destroying our own places of work. And, you have these Antifa types who, many people want you to believe it's Antifa. But I'm not too sure about that. These George Soros funded people, Black Lives Matter, all this other shit. They're out here giving the government the excuse to put military boots on the ground, all right, to declare martial law. In LA, we have a curfew from 8 o'clock to 5:30 a.m., okay, because of the riots that are happening downtown, So these are things that are pushing forward more tyranny, pushing forward more control and more control over the people. And don't get it twisted. What's to come is more gun control, right? More gun control, so that we're a lot more easy to control, a lot more easy to put fear into us and keep us in our homes, right? They don't want us to protect ourselves. They don't want us to go out there and defend what's ours, okay? That's why the cat that killed the looter in Minneapolis was charged with murder, okay? Instead of defending his property, instead of saying, you defended your property, we're going to just we're not going to charge you with murder. It wouldn't make any sense. But no, they charge him with murder for protecting his own place of business. This is what it's coming to. So I just want us to be careful while we're out there. If you're going to go out there and protest, if you're going to be a part of this, keep an eye out for cats that are going to try to start shit. You can pick them out of the crowd. They're wearing all this black. They're covered from head to toe. They're probably white. They're probably going to be carrying a skateboard. They're probably going to try to start some shit before everybody else, get everybody else riled up. They're probably going to have partners with them, right? And then you got these piles of bricks showing up at these different sites of protest, right? That are being laid down before the protesters get there. This is strategic. You got federal agents being killed, right? You got guys with swords trying to defend themselves, defend their place of business, getting beat half to death. You got people actually getting beat to death, put out of their car in LA, beat to death. These are things that are happening not because of the protesters, not because of the people who really care about what happened to George Floyd, not because of the black people in those areas, right? This is happening in urban areas where there's a large black population, but they're not doing most of the damage. They're not. So we just got to be careful, all right? And one thing I'm gonna leave you with: there's a video out there showing how someone is talking to the neighbors of Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin is the prick that killed George Floyd with his knee in his neck. Okay. Now they're going to tell you all the autopsy. The autopsy said it was a heart attack and a heart disease and the blah 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 and the drugs. Listen, man. It doesn't matter what was in his system. It doesn't matter if he had heart disease. Derek Chauvin caused his death by deliberately cutting off his air supply. Right? They're saying, oh, it wasn't strangulation. No, you cut off his air supply. Right? If you're not getting oxygen to your heart, if you're not getting oxygen to your brain, and, you know, it doesn't matter if you're on drugs or not. Yeah, so all this bullshit, see, what they're going to do is they're going to release Derek Chauvin, okay? And people are going to get more pissed off. But like I said, we got to be careful. So this is what a video I seen. I seen a video of people talking to Derek Chauvin's neighbor, and they're saying they didn't even know who he was. They didn't even know he was a cop. Where do you get that from? How do you, like, most cops that live in the area, most people in that area know that they're cops, okay? They're taking their patrol cars home sometime. They're wearing their uniform. They got to wear the uniform out the fucking house, right? But no one knew that he was a cop. Matter of fact, one cat said that he thought he was a real estate agent. How do you confuse a cop with a real estate agent? Makes you wonder, huh? So I'm going to put that video in the description box, okay? It's really crazy. Like, I don't understand how you can confuse a cop with the, especially a patrol cop that has to wear a uniform. It's not like he's a plainclothes detective. He's a regular ass patrol cop. And I don't know if you guys seen his mugshot, right? But if you line his mugshot up with the picture of him when he's on Derek Chauvin's neck, I don't know. They don't look like the same people to me. So we have to really analyze and pick apart what we're receiving from the mainstream media and the government, just to make more informed decisions. Okay. Now, was this possibly a false flag? Possibly. But remember, George Floyd still died. He's dead. He died right there on the ground. You saw his life leaving his body. Like, there's no mistaking that. Just because it's a false flag doesn't mean that no one died. It just means the circumstances behind which they died that are being put out by the mainstream media and the government officials and all that don't line up with reality. They're lying to you. That's what a red flag is. They're lying to you about why it happened, who did it, you know, the circumstances around which it happened. It could be that George Floyd was a random victim that they chose to initiate that type of execution to. You know, much like Sandra Bland, people like that. Sandra Bland was something else, man. I'll tell you guys. Like, I'm surprised none of this happened during Sandra Bland's death. Anyway, you guys just be careful. You're gonna go out there. I don't protest. I don't riot. I don't march. None of that shit. I have different plans and different ideas of how to get shit done. Okay, and none of it involves standing in front of people who don't give a fuck about you and asking them to do shit for you. And it doesn't involve, you know, destroying your own property. Now, the type of protest I would participate in is one that involves gun rights, where you show up with your firearm. See, that's sending an ultimate message. It's not, you're not asking them to do something for you. You're telling them you best protect our rights, and you best let us have our rights, because you're showing them, like, look, this is what we got. You know, don't think we're just going to lie down and let you do let you do what you want to us. So, anyway, if I were able to go to Virginia when that Virginia protest happened with the gun rally, the pro-gun rally, I would have went if I were able to go. Trust me. That's something I would have participated in. That's something that ain't no funny business gonna be cracking. You know it's gonna be on point. You know it's gonna be, even the cops in the military and all these other people, they would hesitate to do something if everybody showed up with their firearms. Not so much with a protest that doesn't involve firearms. So anyway, that's where I'm at with it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do you guys think that this is BS? Do you guys think that Derek Chauvin is not who they say he is? Or, do you think this is a big psychological operation? Do you think that it's going to get worse before it gets better? Do you think people are going to start to wake up? Do you think people are going to wake up to the fact that, they're trying to start shit? That is more to it than just what happened with George Floyd. That this is a push to get us more closer to a communist regime and an oligarch. Do you guys think that? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Much love to you guys. Holla at y'all later. Peace out.